Imagine waking up in a pitch-black, labyrinthine space station with no memory of how you got there. Your only companion is the ghostly, skeletal remnant of the person you loved and hated most, and a serial killer is hunting you in the dark. Welcome to Harrow the Ninth, the second mind-bending, gothic, and emotionally devastating installment in Tamsyn Muir's universally acclaimed The Locked Tomb series. If you love locked room mysteries, gothic space opera, deeply unreliable narrators, and prose so beautiful and tragic it will physically ache, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in psychological science fantasy, blending terrifying necromantic horror with a deeply intimate, heartbreaking exploration of grief, duty, and love. The narrative kicks off with Harrowhark Nonagesimus, the grim, closed-off necromancer of the Ninth House, waking up in the Mithraeum, a massive, ancient, and empty space station. She is trapped, she is alone, and she is being stalked by a phantom murderer. But she isn't entirely alone. She is accompanied by the ghostly, skeletal echo of Gideon Nav, her former rival and reluctant friend. Intercut with this dark, waking nightmare is the story of Harrow's brutal, agonizing training at the Emperor's court in the waking world, as she attempts the impossible and tries to become a lictor. The atmosphere is a brilliant, claustrophobic mix of gothic horror and deep space isolation, where every shadow hides a secret, and every memory is a potential trap. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular locked room mystery and the deeply complex grumpy x grumpy dynamic between Harrow and Ghost Gideon. This isn't the action-packed, snarky adventure of the first book. It's a dense, poetic, and psychological descent into madness. Watching Harrow and the skeletal Gideon bicker, solve clues, and slowly unravel the mystery of what happened to the rest of their cohort is incredibly gripping. The audiobook narration is an absolute triumph, perfectly capturing Harrowhark's fragmented, poetic, and deeply traumatized internal monologue, making the chilling silence of the Mithraeum and the emotional weight of every memory feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular mystery and the gothic horror, the soul of Harrow the Ninth lies in its profound emotional depth and the tragic exploration of Harrow's character. Harrow is not an easy protagonist. She is difficult, grieving, and carrying the weight of a dead planet on her shoulders. The emotional anchor of a story is her relationship with Gideon, exploring what it means to love someone you've spent your life fighting, and the horrific, soul-consuming reality of what it actually means to become a lictor. The audiobook format elevates these intimate, devastating moments, making the quiet, heartbreaking confessions in the dark feel just as impactful as the explosive necromantic battles. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. The mystery of the Mithraeum reaches a terrifying boiling point, and the Blues murderer finally reveals themselves, forcing Harrow to confront the darkest, most suppressed truths of her own mind. The finale is a spectacular, paradigm-shifting convergence of psychological horror, overwhelming magical power, and raw, unbridled emotional devastation. The payoff is a massive, jaw-dropping cliffhanger that completely recontextualizes the entire series, leaving you staring at the wall in stunned silence, desperate for the next book. Harrow the Ninth is a triumph of Gothic science fantasy. It is smart, terrifying, and unapologetically beautiful. Tamsyn Muir has crafted a sequel that proves she is a master of the genre, delivering a story that is as heartbreaking as it is horrifying. Plug in your headphones, step into the dark, and join Harrow and Gideon. The Mithraeum is waiting, and the dead have so much to say.